Hi darlings, welcome back. Thanks for joining me for another fashion video here on my channel. Today we've got a very exciting unboxing. Exciting for you if you like seeing people get very excited over premium to designer items, and very exciting for me because I have been getting spendy over the last week. Actually, this all happened on Saturday night. I was just on the sofa watching TV and I just made the most obscene orders on my phone, and I'm gonna unbox it all with you today. So I have got two ginormous bags from Net-a-Porter. They always come in the gorgeous big black Net-a-Porter shopping bags because I have my Net-a-Porter account set to Premier, which is £12 delivery every single time, but the service is just incredible. And then I also made an order from Selfridges, which I don't do quite as frequently as I do Net-a-Porter, but they had some gorgeous things on there. None of these items have been gifted. I have not used any discount codes or any vouchers. This is all just total normal shopping. And as always, everything that I mention will be linked down below. So let's get started with one of the two giant Net-a-Porter carrier bags. They just come beautifully presented, tied together with a ribbon. I have not even peeked in these yet, so this is a true unboxing. It looks like this bag is filled with clothing. I do also have some accessories as well. Sorry about the contrast of the lighting. It's because everything around me is light coloured and the bags are black, so it's going to make the camera go a little bit crazy. Oh my goodness, so this first item is from, I believe this is LoveShackFancy. Yes, LoveShackFancy, which is a brand that I am obsessed with on Instagram. They're actual, and I don't follow many brands' Instagram accounts, but LoveShackFancy just have the most gorgeous imagery, whether it's like someone floating around Santa Monica Beach or a beautiful English country garden and just the most dreamy dresses. This dress I'd actually had on my wish list for a little while, and Charlie and I are going to Cambodia in just over a week's time, and I just thought this would be the most amazing contrast between the white temples and green luscious backgrounds and then this incredible bright pink dress. And it is so me, it is so my style. It's feminine, it's girly, it's got frills, it's got a dipped hem, and then it's got this kind of toile wallpaper print on it. And I think I'll probably style this depending on where we're going for the day with perhaps a basket bag, or I could dress it up a little bit with a slightly more structured bag as well. It's a really lightweight material, so if it is hot and humid, then it's going to be absolutely perfect for that. And because it's not a particularly on-trend piece, if you know what I mean, it's not like any particular summer or autumn trend is featured in this, then it means that I can just wear this summer after summer after summer. There are Zimmerman dresses in my collection and also a LoveShackFancy dress in my collection that I've had for at least 3 years, and I still love them every single year. So for me, they are really good investment dresses. By the way, I'm not planning on keeping absolutely everything in this video, so hopefully we can decide together. Let me know in the comments below which pieces you love and which pieces you think maybe I'd be better off returning. Inside bag number 2 is another LoveShackFancy dress. I just think this brand is so me. It's really girly, it's really feminine, it's high quality, and then price-wise, if you compare these dresses, for example, to Revolve prices, they are very similar price-wise, but the construction and the quality and the materials of this brand is just a million times better. I absolutely love smocking. I find it really flattering, I find it really comfortable, and this dress is pretty much entirely smocked. It's almost like a gingham kind of print, which I'm not too sure if I liked gingham in the past, but I thought in these really fun, almost My Little Pony kind of colours, I thought it was absolutely gorgeous. Not sure if it's a little bit young for me. I would very much appreciate your feedback. I'm in my late 20s. Can I get away with wearing something as girly and young as this? Let me know what you guys think, but I just think it's really fun and perfect for late summer holidays. And the final dress in that bag is, surprise surprise, also from LoveShackFancy. I have a feeling this one was in the sale, but the price will be on the screen here. This for me is the classic summer dress. The one thing that is now springing to mind is that it is quite similar to my white Isabel Marant dress, so whether to keep this one or not is going to depend how good it looks when I try it on. Shape-wise, it's just a really lovely loose fit. It's not got anything to draw it in at the waist, so maybe I'll try styling it with a waist belt. On the sleeves, you've got this lovely kind of tulle material, which is giving it a bit of a frill effect. You've got a scallop detail around the neckline, and then tulle sticking out around the neckline too, and then you've got a bow closure at the top, which is quite similar to a few of my Zimmermann numbers. Skirt is this beautiful lightweight silk with some embroidery on it, and then it goes down into a broderie anglais hem at the bottom. I love maxi dresses like this. Thinking of our trip to Cambodia, this would be appropriate for going into temples because my knees and my shoulders and a lot of my arms are covered, so it is going to be respectful for going into religious places. For some reason they've sent me a size 2. I'm sure I would normally have ordered a size 0, so maybe I made a mistake here. I'm going to check my order, try it on, and then decide whether I need to keep this on or not. So you may already know what is inside this iconic red box. It is, of course, Valentino. I love that Net-a-Porter put on these cute little bows. Inside you have the dust bag, and you also have the spare heel bottom things, so that if you need to get your shoes repaired, then you've got everything you need. And the shoes which I bought, I feel like this is quite predictable, is another pair of the Valentino rock stud sandals. This will be my 3rd pair of these shoes. I now have them in like a pewter gold, in white, and now this very classic tan shade. These shoes are so comfortable, and they just go with so many different things in my wardrobe. I find myself wearing them for smart occasions. I've worn them to weddings, I wore them to Wimbledon. I just find that if I'm going to be on my feet all day, then these are the perfect heel height. They really elevate an outfit, and I honestly can walk around all day in them. When it comes to versatility, I have absolutely worn out my gold and my white ones, but it's only when you take them off that you can really see how worn they are, because you can see almost like the outline of my toes on the sole of them, but when I'm actually wearing them, they look as good as new. The other 2 pairs I think are at least 2 years old, so it's about time I treated myself to a new pair. Of course, I opted again for a neutral colour, because then I'm going to get so much wear out of it, so much price per wear, because it's going to go with so many things in my wardrobe. I also thought that as we go into autumn, this tan, almost like a cognac shade, is going to be really perfect for pairing with long, dark floral kind of dresses. Even this dress that I'm wearing right now with leopard print. It's just a super versatile neutral, and for me the important thing when I do spend this amount of money on a pair of shoes is that I can get tons and tons of wear out of them. So a neutral colour, a classic design, and a super comfortable pair of shoes are the 3 things that I look for when investing, and I already know that these are going to tick all 3 of those boxes. So this is my Selfridges box. I did actually see that you can now get Premier delivery. Unlike ASOS, where it's £9.99 a year, it is actually £49 a year, which is quite a lot considering I think if you spend over £200 you do get free next day delivery anyway. Not quite as good as Net-a-Porter's delivery though, because Net-a-Porter would even deliver on Sundays. You get an hour time slot, and I'm pretty sure it comes in a Net-a-Porter van, especially if you do live in central London. However, this just came with DPD, which is not a problem, just not quite the level of Net-a-Porter delivery. But anyway, let's have a little look inside this giant box. Personally, I find that Selfridges always have the best selection of self-portrait dresses, and I absolutely love self-portrait. I think they're a really good price point. They're not in the like high hundreds or thousands of pounds, and yet they're still beautiful premium dresses that are very special. They're definitely elevated from any kind of high street dresses, and I mean, they are just absolutely beautiful. So this is the first one. It's got the most gorgeous shape to it. I love the puff sleeves. If you saw my autumn trends video, you'll know that puff sleeves are going to be even bigger next season. It's also got a kind of square neckline, and then you've got this gorgeous floral lace, which you can see close up here around the entire dress, but especially it's going to be quite prominent around the square neckline. It's kind of like a fit and flare in its silhouette, so it's going to be slightly more tight on the bodice and then more voluminous on the skirt, and it's going to be midi length. You've got a lining which finishes just above the knee by the looks of it, and then it goes slightly more sheer down towards the legs. What I absolutely love about this is the lace. It's just the most beautiful intricate lace pattern with the black inside the flowers, which just creates such a beautiful kind of focal point for the eye instead of it being all white. It's just a little bit more unusual. And then you've got a zip fastening at the back. I have to say it's quite heavy. I hope it's not going to feel that heavy when I'm wearing it, and I think this will be fabulous for any late summer events. We've got another race day at Ascot coming up. Obviously I won't be wearing this to any weddings, but but any other events that appear in my diary, and it is coming to that time of year, end of summer, early autumn, it is a time of year for lots of events, especially in my work, so I think this could be a lovely one to reach for next time I have a special occasion to get dressed up for. It couldn't possibly be one of my luxury or premium hauls without Zimmerman. I mentioned at the beginning of this video how I have a few in my wardrobe which I bring out and love year after year after year. So I spotted this one on Selfridges, and this is the kind of design that I feel like is the type that normally sells out really quickly, so I felt very lucky to get my hands on this. It's got a very elasticated section around the top here, so I think you could wear it just on top of the shoulders or you could pull it down off the shoulders. You can see it's got this ruffle detail underneath that shoulder neckline, slightly voluminous sleeves. You can use a little drawstring to cinch them in if you want to, or just leave it loose. The fabric almost looks like a watercolour hand-painted floral design, and then you've got this beautiful lace detail around the hems, along the middle here, and that continues all the way down the dress. Lengthwise it's quite short, and then you've got the lace at the bottom here as well, but then to tie it all in together you've got this almost like a ribbon of the watercolour fabric running through the lace, which is really beautiful at just bringing all of those different elements in all together. Again, I think this could be a fantastic one to wear on our upcoming trip to Cambodia, as well as other trips that we've got later on in the summer. And again, I think that this is going to be the kind of dress that I have in my wardrobe and love wearing for many, many springs, summers and late summers for many years to come. So a lovely investment piece and a real treat yourself piece from Zimmerman. This next dress is from Self Portrait, and I absolutely loved how it looked on the website, but I just kind of added it to my basket out of interest. I really wanted to try it. If I was in store, I definitely would have taken it to the changing room, but I have to be honest, it's not one that I'm 100% sure I'm going to keep because it is such a wow dress. You'll see what I mean. So it is this asymmetric neckline dress from, I was about to say Miss Selfridge. Self Portrait from Selfridges. Oh my goodness, so many Selfridges. Super unusual neckline. So on one shoulder you've got the across the shoulder strap, and then you've got a kind of like a Belle Beauty and the Beast puffy sleeve, and then the other shoulder is another puffy sleeve. So you've got these three elements. The bodice almost looks like a wedding dress, the way the fabric is ruched. And then it goes down into a beautiful maxi length A-line skirt. This dress is going to look, I'm sure, absolutely spectacular on. It's going to be a real statement dress, but because it's so statement, you definitely can't wear this as a wedding guest. I feel like it's one that I'm not going to get that good a price per wear from. I think if I had a really special event already in my calendar that I knew I needed a really wow piece for, then maybe I would keep it. Can you foresee me wearing this for lots of upcoming occasions? It is pricey, but then again it is classic. It's something that's going to last and be on trend and be something that I adore for probably the next decade or so. Tough decision, so please let me know what you guys think, because your opinions really help me out in very tough situations like this. Next is a little co-ord from Reformation. Reformation is a brand that I hear so much about, and yet I have never owned anything from. This little co-ord is called their Rome co-ord, and it is this pair of trousers, and as you can see it's got lots of Roman architectural famous places on it. You've got the Pantheon there, is that the Colosseum? You've got what looks like the Duomo, so maybe it's just Italy in general because I'm pretty sure that's in Florence. Got lots of beautiful architectural delights on the trousers, and then this little crop top. Definitely should have ordered this a couple of weeks ago before our trip to Rome. I don't know if this is very me. I think I was more just like, oh, everyone talks about Reformation, I should try something from them. Yeah, I'm gonna give this a try. Again, let me know what you guys think. And lastly, one more fabulous dress from Zimmerman. This is a really unusual design, so it's quite a there's quite a lot of fabric to start with, so it's going to be interesting to see if it's too warm for those hot summer days. Medium length sleeves, and I have to say from the word go I absolutely love the lace on this. I don't know if you can see the pattern there, but it's got this gorgeous floral design on the actual fabric. Got some ruffles on the sleeves here, and then it's got this really unusual, not sure if I love it or not, corset detail in the middle here. So I can imagine it's going to be very flattering, but it does kind of look a little bit Victorian. Again, if you saw my trend video, you'll know that Victorian details like this are very on trend for autumn winter 2019. Just not sure if it's totally my vibe. And then it goes down to a much more feminine finish with this lovely frou-frou kind of frilly skirt detail with the broderie kind of lace detail and an even more accentuated effect of the floral pattern. I have to say I have got a few Zimmermann dresses in my collection and I'm not sure if I need another white one. I have a lot of white dresses in my collection and I think maybe I do prefer my other Zimmermann dresses, but let me know what you guys think of this on. Do you think I need to add it to my collection? Once again, given the timelessness of it and the fact that it will get reworn hundreds of times in my wardrobe, I'm not sure. Let me know your thoughts and then I'll decide whether it's a keeper or whether it's a returner. So those are the new pieces that I have treated myself to recently from Net-a-Porter and Selfridges. I really hope you enjoyed unboxing this glorious collection of late summer pieces with me, and I'm so excited to start wearing them. You're going to be seeing me styling them up lots on my Instagram and in upcoming fashion videos, so stay tuned. If you enjoyed this video, then please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you want any more product information, it will all be down below in the description box. But that's all from me for today, darlings. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon in the next one. Bye.